Hi, I realized that for some reason this briefcase technique audio did not get recorded in the last video clip. So you probably have to click on this link 3.00 and watch it on your own. That would be much better. I don't know for what reason it did not get recorded. So please do that. And in this particular video clip, I just briefly want to mention this, that negotiations, they are very key, and you have to develop these negotiating skills over your career, especially when you are a salesperson. And that is very important. And when you go to this Karrass.com that I already showed you in the website, they have these 10 negotiating tips, and it was in an ebook, so I just copy pasted them here for your quick reference. And they are giving you all these 10 different techniques that you can read. I don't want to go through each and every one of them, but it is available here for you to read. Please spend some time with that. I may ask a few questions on essay questions on how you will deal with a particular situation, and when you want to address it, these type of suggestions that they have given here. You are unable to make a negotiation progress with the customer. How can you break that negotiating impasse? What can you do about that? And they are telling you have to change you can change a team member, or eliminate some sort of uncertainty, eliminate the scope of risk sharing. That's number 4 that's given there. And then if there is another type of problem that you are having problems dealing with deadlines, what can you do? They are giving you various different ways of thinking about it and approaching it so that you can address them. You need time to think. In case if that is the case, then what are you going to do? You can take a restroom break. You can get thirsty or hungry so that you can take a break. You don't have to don't have the backup evidence available right now, so you will get back to them at a later time, as it is given here in number 6. And you have to be honest and truthful. You don't want to lose your trustworthiness. Okay, that's very important as well. You cannot tell lies. Once you start telling lies, then I'm sure people will be telling lies, and you have to pay attention to it. There are various ways of finding out lies. We already talked about it, like body language, facial expressions, and verifying with the facts and things like that. And when you are giving concessions, you have to make sure that they are careful and well thought out. And then when you are assessing your negotiating profile, are you dealing with the right person? Do they have enough ability to negotiate? Whether you are talking to the person who is allowed to make those kind of concessions, you have to ask about that. And also opening the negotiations. There are some various tips that are given here. Don't set your initial offer near your final objective. You have to gradually get to your final objective, because that's what the opponent is looking for. They are not exactly opponents, that's your customer. They are also working with you. So you want to kind of start off with a positive attitude. At the same time, you don't want to give too many negotiation or too many concessions. That's what I meant. And give yourself enough time to negotiate. If you are trying to catch a flight in the evening, you don't want to go for the negotiation meeting at afternoon, say 2 or 3 o'clock, because you'll be thinking, I have to go and catch the flight like that. So give yourself time. Don't assume you know what the other party wants. Ask questions. Asking questions to your customer is as important as making a negotiation question as well. So you have to ask questions. Do not assume that your aspiration level is high enough. It is possible that your demands are too modest and too easy to achieve. So sometimes you are setting the bar so low for yourself, and you may ask for more, and the customer may be able to give you more if you ask for it. That's the whole idea. Okay, so think about all these things. Negotiating under pressure, and try to avoid it on your part, and also don't put your customer in that spot. Questions during a negotiation. What type of questions you will ask? Purpose benefit check, impactful questions, and then qualifying questions. There are various types of questions you can ask. We talked about situation, problem, investigating questions. So you have to ask yourself which question is appropriate at this moment, and those kind of things. negotiating via email, and how much of a negotiation can happen over the email versus phone conversations versus one-on-one conversations, and also any other questions that you might have, and how you can go about finding the answers for those questions: what, where, when, and how, and why. Okay, the why is also very important. And also there are also do's and don'ts. Here there are a bunch of don'ts that are given here, and then there are also a bunch of do's that you can do as part of making this negotiation progress so that you can succeed. So these are all the things that are given in the notes for you. Please read through them. Even if you don't get very in-depth detail about them, it's always nice for you to know where to look for these pieces of information. As I mentioned to you earlier, this particular information comes from Karrass.com. It's their compliment. So if you want to say thanks, say it to them. I will see you in next chapter, closing the sale. That is where you are going to see the money. Okay.